Om Swastiastu. My name is Arthur Steve Pamolango. I'm the student of University Udayana Bali, and I am from the program of Mechanical Engineering. And at this time, I want to present my metallurgy assignment that called heat treatment of steel. The book source that I use is Metallurgy for Non-Metallurgists, 2nd edition. The iron-carbon system. Steels are irons with a small amount of carbon alloying. Iron by itself has limited structural usefulness because it is soft, like most pure metals. One way to increase the strength of pure metals is to add appropriate alloying elements for solid solution strengthening. Carbon plays an important role in heat treatment because it expands the temperature range of austenite stability. Higher carbon content lower the temperature needed to austenite steel such that iron atoms rearrange themselves to form an FCC lattice structure. Carbon is almost insoluble in ferrite because the interstitial position available in the BCC lattice are not large enough to accommodate it. However, carbon is more soluble in austenite because the larger interstices in the FCC lattice are considerably more accommodating to carbon. Common paths in steels. Heat treatment of steels requires an understanding of both the equilibrium phase and the metastable phase that occur during heat or cooling. For steels, the stable equilibrium phase include ferrite, austenite, graphite, and to some extent cementite, or as a very stable iron carbide. The metastable phase are perlite, martensite, and bainite. Cementite and perlite formation. The discussion of center on the transformation of austenite in steels with 3 types or levels of carbon alloying. Eutectoid steels with carbon content near the eutectoid point of 0.77%. Eutectoid point on a phase diagram is the solid state version of a eutectic melting point. Like a eutectic transformation during a solidification, a eutectoid point on a phase diagram is where a single solid phase transforms completely at the one temperature into a mixture of 2 or more totally new solid phase. Hypoeutectoid steels. Steel with less than 0.77% carbon are called hypoeutectoid steels. Hypoeutectoid steels are referred to as ferrite perlite steels, include a wide variety of carbon steels and alloy steels. Hypereutectoid steels have carbon content greater than the eutectoid composition of 7.77% carbon. As a dissolved carbon increases in austenite, the iron atoms are pushed further apart. This stretches the chemical bonds, and there is a limit to how much strain energy the austenite can with sand. Martensite. Martensite is a metal-stable structure that forms during a rapid cooling of austenite. In general, martensitic transformation can occur in many types of metallic and non-metallic crystals, mineral, and compounds. Martensite is characterized by an acicular microstructure in ferrous and non-ferrous alloy. In alloys where the solid atoms occupy interstitial position in the martensite lattice. Bainite is a distinct metastable phase in steel that occur when cooling rates are not rapid enough to produce martensite but are still fast enough so that carbon does not have enough time to diffuse to form perlite. Like perlite, bainite forms from austenites first along the old austenite grains boundaries. Constantly, at fast cooling rates, there will be a competition along the old austenite grains boundaries, with perlite forming in some places and bainite forming in other places. Critical temperature in transformation diagrams. The critical temperature of steels define either the onset or completion of a fast transformation. Three important critical temperature in steel heat treatment are A1, critical temperature for the start of the transformation to austenite, and so-called asymptotic temperature, which is the minimum temperature required for austenite form. A3, critical temperature for complete transformation of the A plus to fast mixture into 100% austenites, referred to as the upper critical temperature. A3 is the high temperature boundary of the A plus solid solution fast region with carbon contents below asymptotic composition of 0.77% carbon. ACM, critical temperature for complete transformation of the G plus Fe3 to fast mixture. Annealing and formalizing. General annealing thermal cycle. Annealing cycle are varied according to the temperature and the methods of cooling used. Annealing temperature may be classified as subcritical annealing or below the lower critical temperature of A1. Intercritical annealing or above A1 but below the upper critical temperature. A3 in hypoasymptotic steels or ACM in hyperasymptotic steels. Supercritical annealing to achieve full austenitization of either hypo or hyperasymptotic steels. Annealing guidelines. The metallurgical principle of annealing cycle can be described by following 7 rules, which may be used as guideline for development of successful and efficient annealing schedules. Rule 1. The more homogeneous the structure of austenitized steel, the more completely laminar with the structure of the annealed steel. Rule 2. The softest condition in the steel is usually developed by austenitizing at the temperature less than 55 degrees Celsius or 100 degree Fahrenheit above A1 and transforming at temperature or usually less than 55 degrees Celsius or 100 degree Fahrenheit below A1. Rule 3. Because very long time may be required for complete transformation at temperatures less than 55 degrees Celsius below A1, allow the transformation to take place at the higher temperature where a soft product is formed, and finish transformation at a lower temperature where the time required for completion of transformation is short. Rule 4. After the steel has been austenized, cool the transformation temperature as rapidly as feasible in order to minimize the total during the annealing operation. Rule 5. After the steel be completely transformed at the temperature that produces the described microstructure and hardness, cool to room temperature as rapidly as feasible to decrease further of the total time of annealing. Rule 6. To ensure a minimum of lamellar perlite in the structure of annealed 0.70 to 0.90% carbon to steel tool steels and other low alloy medium carbon steels, preheat for several hours at a temperature approximately 28 degrees Celsius or 50 degree Fahrenheit below the lower critical temperature or A1 because austenizing and transforming as usual. Rule 7. To obtain minimum hardness is in annealed hypertectoid alloy tool steels, heat the austenizing temperature for a long time, approximately 10 to 15 hours, then transform as usual. Types of annealing treatments. Annealing treatments have various metallurgical purposes such as stress relief, recrystallization, and spheroidization. There are types of annealing treatment such as stress relief annealing. Stress relief heat treatment is used to relieve stress from cold working. Recrystallization annealing of cold work metal can produce a new grain structure without inducing a phase change. Spheroidizing, depending on the time temperature exposure of a steel, the cemented carbates in a steel can form different morphologies, such as the lamellar cemented of perlite or a network of cemented along prior austenitic grain boundaries in a hypertectoid steel. Normalizing of steel. Steel is normalized to refine grain size, make its structure more uniform, make it more responsive to hardening, and to improve machinability. Furnace heating and induction heating. Furnace heating. Heat treating furnace can be generally classified as either batch or continuously furnace. Batch type furnace, where loads are placed in the furnace and its load are brought up to temperature together, and depending on the process, the furnace may or may not be cooled before it is opened and load removed. continuously type furnace, which operate in uninterrupted cycle as workpiece pass over a stationary hearth or the hearth itself move. Induction heating is a method of heating electrical conductive materials by the application of the varying magnetic field whose lines of force enter the workpiece. Hardening and tempering. Hardening of steels involves a three-step or process of austenization, quenching, and tempering. Sometimes an additional step of cold treating is done at low temperature below the martensite finish temperature of the steel. This ensures throughout magnetic transformation and the minimization of retained austenite. Quenching refers to the process of rapidly cooling metal parts from the austenizing or solution treating temperature, typically from within the range of 815 to 817 degrees Celsius. Tempering. Hardened steel can be tempered to reduce hardness and to increase toughness. All tempering operations are carried out at temperature below the lower critical temperature or A1 of austenite formation. Plain carbon or low alloy martensitic steels can be tempered in lower or higher temperature range, depending on the balance properties required. Cold treating steels. A steel can be thus not completely transformed after quenching, may undergo a cold temperate treatment or cryogenic treatment. Cold treating can help complete the transformation of austenite to martensite in this way. Immediate cold treating without delays at room temperature or at the temperature during quenching offer the best opportunity for maximum transformation to martensite. Cold treating may also be used to improve wear resistance in materials such as tool steels, high carbon martensitic stainless steels, and carbonized alloy steels for application in which the presence of retained austenite may result in excessive wear. Case hardening. Case hardening is a generic term used for several processes that put a hard wear-resistant surface layer on a part. There are two distinctly different approaches to the various methods for surface hardening. The first one, overlay and coating methods that involve a intentional buildup or addition of a new layer. And the second is surface treatments that involve surface and subsurface modification without any intentional buildup or increase in part dimensions. Diffusion methods modify the chemical composition of the surface with hardening species such as carbon, nitrogen, or boron. Diffusion methods allow effective hardening of the entire surface of a part and are generally used when a large number of parts are to be surface hardened. Heat treating equipment. In simple terms, industrial heating treatment furnaces are insulated enclosure designed to deliver hard heat to workloads for thermal processing. Batch furnaces are loaded with a change the close for a pre-established heating cycle. After the cycle is complete, parts may be cooled in the furnace after the heat is turned off, or methods such as quenching in water or oil may be used. Types of batch furnace include box furnace, car bottom furnace, pit furnace, bell and hood furnace, elevating heart furnace, integral quench or IQ furnace, tip up furnace. Continuous furnace are basically of the in one and out the other types and are ordinarily used for continuous volume production. They can accommodate a variety of heat treatments. Examples are roller heat furnace, moving heart furnace, pusher furnace, shaker heart furnace, rotary retort furnace. That's all of my presentation today, and thank you.